Lucas Oil Speedway is the place to be every Saturday night if you're in Southwest Missouri. Lucas Oil Speedway, even on a cool, damp night, still where everybody wants to be to watch some of the best racing in Southwest Missouri. Hermitage Lumber late model will roll out next for their main event here. 20 times around, $1,000 to win. As 13 entries made their way in, and Justin Wells will be on the point for this. He is looking to make it 5 straight wins here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. As they get stacked up side by side behind the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace Truck. Take you through today's starting grid for our A main for the late models. It is Justin Wells out of Aurora, Missouri, with Jimmy Dowell on his outside, making up the front row. Larry Jones and Tommy Cordray back in row number 2. Nevada, Missouri's Caden Campbell will start inside row 3 with Joe Diffie. Joe Walkenhorst outside of him. Larry Ferris will start inside row number 4. Brian Allison on his outside in the 1A. J.C. Morton makes the quick changeover, pulling double duty tonight. He will start inside row 5. Jake Morrison 10th. Then John Rowland, first time he has been here with Tucker Cox on his outside. And then Bobby Ruff, the second, scheduled to start all the way in the back. And indeed, he does make his way out. So 13 entries on the track. And the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace Truck has flipped the lights off. He will make the hard right-hand turn. Caution light has been turned off, green flag in hand, and it does not take long at all for these high horsepower machines to get ready to come to full song as they line up side by side down the backstretch.
Yeah, as they get ready to go, Justin Wells on the point. We talked about he's got 95 wins in that car. Looking for number 96 this time as he comes out of turn number 4 with green flag in the air.
Something about Lucas Oil Speedway, the 95 likes. It's fast every time it shows up, and Justin Wells, again, whenever he comes here, he is almost a fan favorite and an odds pick, if you will. Larry Ferris really, whenever you look at last year in the 51, he was your current or your point leader and winner in the series last year. Seemed like every year or every race he came here, he was a factor. He was one that everybody wanted to see run up front as you see the 99 spinning around, and that will bring out the caution for Larry Jones. Justin Wells is pretty much in that boat Larry Ferris was in this year. He's won twice last year. He won in his only outing that he came here to Lucas Oil Speedway, and now he's up front as the Boone's Barbecue caution comes out, and you got a good look at the spin from Larry Jones bringing out the caution for the first time.
Looked like no help there. He just got turned around going into the corner. I don't know if he was trying to...
races, so try to even it out with all of the classes that we have here so they can get the same number of features by season's end. And so far this year, there's only been one, and that means Justin Wells, who won back on opening week, has the points lead. I'm not going to say he's going to run here every week for a points championship. I don't quite think that's in Justin's DNA.
Well, I don't. It's been a while, and I think he wouldn't mind winning a championship. I'm really sure, but at the same point, Justin does an incredible job.
He was an IMCA National Points Champion back in 03 and 04. Runs the Cash Money Series with over 400 career wins for Justin Wells. This car might get retired if he can win as many wins as what's on the side of the car in the number 98. He's pretty darn close as he's got 95, and now you see a car over on its top. The red flag is going to come out. The Hobby Time Motorsport Safety Crew will run over to JR. John Rowland, the Warsaw, Missouri native, on his top. The Hobby Time Motorsport Safety Crew is there, and they will check on JR. As 2 other cars involved in that as well. The 15 and Bobby Ruff, the second. The 99 involved in that, as well as Larry Jones. And word from the Hobby Time Motorsport Safety Crew, they have checked on JR and John Rowland. Good report. He is okay inside the cockpit, but this will take a little while to get him extricated, if you will. They're going to go ahead and flip the car over, and you will see some of the best safety workers in the business take care of the 149 of JR John Rowland. As they do that, we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll check again on JR, make sure he's all right, and get everyone lined back out as we have a red flag on the track here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Well, the Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew continues to work on the 149 of JR John Rowland out of Warsaw, Missouri. That GRT chassis going to get flipped back over on all four. And as we mentioned right before we went to break, this Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew goes through so much training, so much effort that they put in to make sure that drivers are safe, crews are safe, and you can see that the roll cage did its job and make sure that JR is safe. John Rowland ran sprint cars way back in the day, so you got to think running sprint cars, you're probably used to ending up on your top, rolling over, something along that line. He ran that for 5 years, then took 16 years off. He was a crew chief for Jesse Hockett, who runs sprint cars or ran. We have the Jesse Hockett Memorial every single year here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He was crew chief for him. And he told me down in the pit area before we got started, as you now see him.
Crew, and that is our track crew. These guys did a tremendous job with the weather and everything here tonight. That was an onset. Going from one extreme to the other, they did an incredible job getting this track ironed in, ironed out, not once, twice, 3 times. And as we have a great racetrack for racing here tonight.
You see the lap times Justin Wells putting up. He is almost a full 1.5 seconds ahead of everyone else. He is inside sub-16 second laps. He's averaging a 15.9 from out in front. Nothing out the windshield of the 98. Everybody's in his rearview mirror. Tommy Cordray is now up into the mix as he looks to the inside of Jimmy Dow. Drops back in line in the third, and now Joe Walkenhorst is up to fourth as he battles to the inside of Brian Allison.
It is the 98. That is Justin Wells, the veteran from Aurora, Missouri, your leader as they come around. Now Jimmy Dow and Tommy Cordray side by side. Dow gets into the wall on the far side, and he gets slammed over in the backstretch going into turn number 3.
Tucker Cox was in on that as well in the 88 of Jimmy Dow. Something breaks on that car, shoots to the left. That is the last thing he wanted to do because traffic was coming in, and Tucker Cox, there was absolutely no place he could go as he gets involved in that. And for the third time, Larry Jones is involved, but the carnage that is the 1T of Tucker Cox, his car destroyed. This is where it all got started. Off of turn 2, Jimmy Dow gets up into the wall, and then here is the just nasty hit as Tucker Cox T-bones the 88 of Dowell. And again, not sure what happened on the front suspension of Dowell's machine to make him go to the left, and you see Tucker coming out very, very slow. That was a hard, massive, nasty hit that he took.
Absolutely, and Tucker Cox nowhere to go. Dow come down the track, and he, like you said, not intentionally.
Dark here again, caution lights turned off. Tommy Cordray takes to the inside. Joe Walkenhorst now to the outside as Jimmy Dow, who is running in second, is off the track. And Justin Wells is down on the loud pedal, back underway, 2 laps into our 20-lap main.
It is Justin Wells, the 98 from Aurora, Missouri, still on the point as they come around. Now, side by side, it's Walkenhorst in the 90. The 90 takes a little bit of advantage, goes up to that second spot. It is Tommy Cordray, the 5 from Browning, Missouri, in that third spot.
Justin Wells, 1 second advantage already over Joe Walkenhorst. Give Joe Diffie a ton of credit here. As he's running in second, now Larry Ferris is right on his back bumper. Last year's track champion in the 51, looking to the high side of Walkenhorst. Slide job by Joe Diffie. Crossover can't be pulled off, and now Larry Ferris will whip it around. You got a good look at that one as he goes in to the outside of Joe Diffie and spins it around, brings out the Boone's Barbecue caution again.
Larry Ferris trying to make the pass as they were battling. He and Walkenhorst trying to pass. Got to the inside, just tapped it around.
Boy, not the start to the year that Larry Ferris was expecting after a stellar season last year where he won 4 times.
Yeah, and he's coming back out now. One thing about it, Shane, if that car is right, it is fast for sure. He's going to be coming out of turn number 2. He'll be tail back of the field, but he will be coming out.
He's going to got some making up to do if he's going to catch up with the back of the pack.
As they come around, Justin Wells takes a green flag this time through.
Yeah, still think something's not quite right with Larry Ferris's car.
Larry may tend to agree with you. It looks like he's going to take the right-hand turn.
And Justin Wells, he's not making any right-hand turns. He's all left.
I believe Justin Wells' car is running tremendously well. Joe Walkenhorst in that second spot. Tommy Cordray in third. Here comes flying Brian Allison, the 1A from Marshall, Missouri, in fourth.
Half a car length behind the 5 of Cordray. Allison to the top side. Cordray stays on the bottom side. J.C. Morton in the 72 start to get up into the mix. We saw J.C. really start to develop as a late model driver. He's been a B-Mod pilot for the last 2 years and has been extremely successful at that. Last year, the Moon Brothers Racing team, he started to run more for them. Peyton Looney was in this car earlier on in the year. Peyton, the former Show Me 100 winner. So we know the car's fast. We know it's good. And J.C. Morton, it's a big change going from a B-Mod to a late model. And he's taken to it extremely well, and he's up in the top 5 right now behind Allison.
As they come around, Justin Wells looking to get around that 15. That is Bobby Ruff. Ruff trying to hold his line as he comes around. Now Wells to the inside. He'll get around Ruff and put a lap down on the Clinton, Missouri native.
Justin Wells now well ahead of Joe Walkenhorst by nearly 4 seconds, and this is where your battle is right now. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, all on your screen. Walkenhorst up to second. Allison loses a little bit of track position as he falls back to fourth, and J.C. Morton now to his outside. He will make the pass off of turn 4, and J.C. jumps up to fourth.
We're halfway through this main event forward tonight. It is Justin Wells out front, but here comes the crew. That is Joe Walkenhorst, the 90, the 72 of J.C. Morton. Morton now shooting up behind Walkenhorst into that third spot. Here comes Cordray. Cordray in fourth.
And J.C. Morton's been your big mover. He started in ninth. He's up to third. Yeah, there have been some cars that were up ahead of him that have all gone out due to attrition. And now J.C. Morton starts to look to the inside of the 90 of Walkenhorst. Joe Diffie about to go a position down.
Looks like Justin Wells way out front, about a straightaway or so. Lead over now the 72 of J.C. Morton. Morton, the 72, moves up into that second spot. Joe Walkenhorst into third. The battle is there out of turn number 4.
A couple years ago during the Show Me 100 weekend, Jake Tim came in as a modified driver, won all 3 races of Show Me 100 weekend. We joked around on the last night about giving him the nickname of Mr. Perfect because he swept the 3 races. I think we may have to change and make that guy Mr. Perfect. Justin Wells, 2 races last year, 2 wins. 1 race this year, 1 win. With 5 to go, he leads by about a half a lap over J.C. Morton now, who has gotten around Joe Walkenhorst. 7.7 second lead Justin Wells has over J.C. Morton. Laps continue to wind down for Wells. He is just on cruise control right now. Runs up to the top side, finds just the very razor's edge of a cushion up top. Walkenhorst has dropped back to third, and this is your battle for third. Rubbing door panels is Walkenhorst to the inside of Tommy Cordray. The lapped car going to get right into the middle of that mix. That is Ruff. And a good job by Cordray to jump on the binders, make sure he doesn't get into the back end of the lapped car. And then he's right back down on the noisemaker as he is 3 car lengths behind Joe Diffie. Walking Horse runs middle of the track, Cordray to the high side. With 1 to go, white flag is in the air for Justin Wells. Walking Horse and Cordray, the battle for third is off of turn 4. Justin Wells has been perfect at Lucas Oil Speedway for 2 years now. He has not lost. He wins again. Make it 4 straight for the pile of the 98. Wells will win over J.C. Morton by over 9 seconds. Walkenhorst in third. But the 98 machine now has won for the 96th time. Wells over J.C. Morton and Walkenhorst. Cordray and Allison, your top 5. Jones, Campbell, Ruff, Ferris, and Dow round out your top 10. Justin Wells.